war, childbirth, and dragons. House of the Dragon certainly lives up to its name and features many titular beasts. The Game of Thrones spin-off has concluded its first season, and viewers are already eager to see more of the dragons. With 17 dragons flying around, keeping track of them can be complex. We've put together a handy guide of the dragons for you to reference at any stage in your viewing journey. Dragons have always been one of the show's most important assets, and they become even more crucial in the second season's The Dance of the Dragons, which plays out in full, violent detail. And, as any fan of Westeros knows, dragons have their own personalities and owners. No two dragons are the same. Each dragon can be differentiated by looking at its traits. A crucial fact, dragons only accept a single rider, of Valyrian blood, while both still live. Let's start by meeting every House of the Dragon we saw in Season 1. Syrax, Dragon Rider, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen. Back in 104 AC, a giant yellow-scaled she-dragon took young Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen as the rider. She rode high over King's Landing in a saddle on Syrax's back. Thanks to her parents, we also know you can smell like a dragon after taking one for a spin. Syrax was involved in an early standoff between Rhaenyra Targaryen's uncle Daemon. When Daemon insults the crown, Syrax and Caraxes have a tense dragon standoff while their riders battle wills below. Syrax laid 3 more dragon eggs in Episode 8, setting the stage for more dragon riders to come in House Targaryen's internal battle. As the Dance of the Dragons heats up, Rhaenyra will be glad to have Syrax by her side. Caraxes, Dragon Rider, Daemon Targaryen. A dragon who made a big impression in the show's premiere, especially for how it helped bring out the tender side of Prince Daemon. Daemon Targaryen mounted Caraxes in 105 AC, becoming the second member of his family to do so. The original dragon rider in Caraxes' story was Prince Aemon Targaryen, but Daemon took him as his dragon after Aemon's murder. The beast is said to be mostly red, earning him the nickname Bloodworm. Throughout the first season of House of the Dragon, we've seen the eponymous dragon Menace in the background, but we expect that when we see him do battle, perhaps in Season 2 of House of the Dragon, he will be a sight to behold. Unhatched Dragon Egg. Indeed, Episode 2 of House of the Dragon didn't feature a new dragon. However, we're positive that there's one inside the egg Daemon stole. How can there be no dragon when that egg, originally meant for King Viserys' son Balon, already feels like Chekhov's? All we know is that the egg belongs to Dreamfire, but if it hatches, it could bond with one of Viserys' offspring. Sea Smoke, Dragon Rider, Laenor Velaryon. Rhaenys Targaryen's son, Laenor Velaryon, was accepted as a rider by the pale silver-gray dragon in 101 AC. Visually, it differs from all other dragons in House of the Dragons. Laenor does not die in the first season. Instead, he fakes his death and goes into hiding. It does mean he has to leave Sea Smoke behind, though. In the books, Laenor dies, and Sea Smoke remains in Dragonstone for years without an owner. What will happen to the dragon is still up in the air. Laenor, his rider, is alive and well, and typically dragons can only bond with another rider when their rider is dead. But we must see how House of the Dragon tackles this particular bit of dragon lore. Meleys, rider, Rhaenys Targaryen. In 87 AC, Rhaenys became the second Targaryen to sit upon the swift red and pink she-dragon. The first Targaryen to ride Meleys was Princess Alyssa Targaryen. Sadly, Meleys lost her rider when Princess Alyssa died while giving birth. Meleys played a central role in the penultimate episode of House of the Dragon when the dragon bursts into Aegon's coronation with Rhaenys in tow and threatens the Greens. Though they spare their lives, Meleys and Rhaenys are responsible for passing on news of Alicent's treachery to Rhaenyra and Daemon. Meleys was once thought to be the fastest of all dragons, but with time she slowed down, though she remains as cunning as ever. Vermax, rider, Jacaerys Velaryon. Although we've seen little of Vermax, he appeared only in Episode 6 when Jace tried to train him to breathe fire on command. He will be a pivotal player in the Dance of the Dragons. Prince Jacaerys Targaryen, Jace, Rhaenyra's son, bonded with the young green dragon when it hatched in his crib. His place as heir after Rhaenyra was cemented following some in King's Landing questioning his heritage. In the book Fire and Blood, it's recorded that Vermax especially disliked ice and snow. This probably means he won't love the trip north he set out on with Jace in House of the Dragon Season 1 finale. Vhagar, rider, Laena Velaryon Targaryen, rider, Aemon Targaryen. The book series House of the Dragon fans will have been surprised and delighted to see a young Aemon Targaryen come face to face with an obscenely big dragon known as Vhagar. She was first written by Visenya Targaryen, then went on to be owned by Balon, Laena Targaryen, and finally Aemon. The bronze-colored she-dragon with green-blue coloring and green eyes was known for her size. She grew to be the largest dragon in Westeros. Her breath was said to be hot enough to melt armor and cook a knight inside of it. Dreamfire, unclaimed. Dreamfire, the slim, blue she-dragon with silver wings, was once the steed of Princess Rhaena Targaryen. Dragon and Ryder stayed together until Rhaena passed after a long and troubled life. Some think Dreamfire was the mother of Daenerys Targaryen's dragons, Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion. We're all sure that Dreamfire's lack of Ryder will become an object of interest for both sides in the upcoming war. Vermithor. Ryder, King Jaehaerys I, deceased / unclaimed. The monstrous dragon Vermithor was one of the largest to fly over Westeros. He belonged to House Targaryen's longest reigning king, Jaehaerys I. Vermithor outlived his rider and remained unclaimed at the start of the Dance of the Dragons. The dragon finally appeared in House of the Dragon during the show's Season 1 finale, when Daemon sang a song in High Valyrian to lure the dragon from its rest. Rhaenyra's forced to hope they will find a rider for Vermithor. One dragon alone could tip the balance in the upcoming fight. Arrax. Rider, Prince Lucerys Velaryon. Arrax, the blue dragon, was young and small, but also quick and agile. This did not save him from Vhagar. However, high in the sky above Storm's End, Vhagar bit Arrax in half, killing Prince Lucerys too. Balerion. Rider, Aegon the Conqueror / Viserys I. The mighty Balerion, the Black Dread, is not seen alive in the show, but his presence is felt throughout the show. His giant dragon skull looms over Viserys and Rhaenyra as Viserys imparts crucial words of prophecy onto her. In addition to the dragons mentioned above, House Targaryen has 8 others: Silverwing, Tessarion, Sunfire, Tyraxus, and Moondancer, as well as 3 hatchlings too small to ride: Stormcloud, Morgul, and Shrykos. 3 wild and unbonded dragons also lived on Dragonstone, named Grey Ghost, Sheepstealer, and the Cannibal. Daemon briefly mentions the dragons in the final episode, as Rhaenyra and company hope they can join their side of the conflict to come. Can we expect new magical creatures in Season 2, and who will fly them high above the 7 kingdoms? We'll let you find that out when the new episodes air. When will the dragons get their next excursion? There have yet to be concrete answers, but we predict it could be quite some time. The scale of the first season was so large it took over a year to produce. Filming alone took 10 months, and the writers didn't have a civil war to contend with. As reported in Marie Claire, filming will likely begin in spring 2023, but post-production work could extend the wait, meaning that we'll likely not get a second season till the spring or summer of 2024. Fans are already speculating the plot, but we all know one thing for sure: the war to come is inevitable. House of the Dragon has done a fantastic job laying the groundwork for it, but now it's time for action. Before now, Alicent and Rhaenyra have tried to steer a peaceful course through the chaos Viserys left behind with his deathbed words. However, Lucerys' death is about to blow all of that out of the water. Rhaenyra will likely seek immediate compensation for her son's callous murder. Will Rhaenyra seek a son for a son and make an attempt not just on the throne, but also on Aemon's life? With the war efforts on track, we may see more houses familiar to Game of Thrones fans. The Tullys, Arryns, Starks, Baratheons, and Lannisters will have made their allegiances known. However, how they will play out is unknown. Schemers are always at work, and alliances change at the drop of a marriage. We could always take a sneak peek into the future with the source work, Fire and Blood, as well as his World of Ice and Fire companion volume, but that would be cheating. We'll keep our eyes peeled for news and report back quicker than a whispering spider in the Red Keep. Thanks for watching.